Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Kelvin. Gonna be doing my best of 2023 heavy metal, speed metal, thrash metal best of list. So, if you can't tell by the background music, the best album is obviously Metallica 72 Seasons. So, if you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. I thought I'd just play some background music just for this list. But yeah, so let's get this list going. So I got 10 albums I really liked, and then I got like 5 albums that are like honorable mentions. So we'll get started. So you can hear the music in the background. My first honorable mention is going to be Metallica 72 Seasons. So I mean, this is like a Metallica album for Metallica fans. So if you are still hoping that Metallica are gonna release a new like Ride the Lightning or Kill 'Em All, yeah, you're dreaming. This is just Metallica, and they're like in their 50s, almost 60s now. So I'm a big Metallica fan, so I was like pretty satisfied with this new album. I saw them live too, so I think that live show just resonated with me, and I gotta mention them on my honorable mentions. I got this vinyl at the Metallica show, so I just wanted to show it off. So it's supposed to be a color variant for the city of Phoenix. So it's like the Arizona Cardinals color. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is going to be Sylosis. Sylosis album, A Sign of Things to Come. Here's the cover. I got the CD here. So Sylosis are a Great Britain, I would say like thrash with like metalcore influence. I really enjoyed their 2020 album Cycle of Suffering. And yeah, this album though doesn't have like a whole lot of memorable songs like that last album, but it's still pretty enjoyable, so definitely check it out. My next honorable mention is going to be Graveripper, Seasons Dreaming Death. So Graveripper are a black and thrash metal band from Indianapolis, Indiana. And this is their first full album. So if you like bands like black and thrash or black and speed metal bands like Skeleton Witch, you'll definitely enjoy this album. Yeah, this is really cool, but there were some other like black and thrash albums that I like more. But yeah, definitely check out Graveripper, Seasons Dreaming Death. My next honorable mention is going to be Vanishment, No More Torture. So Vanishment is a heavy metal band out of Seattle, Washington. I received an email and the album promo earlier this year, and one of the things that intrigued me was that one of the guitarists is a former member of the metalcore band Hemza. So if anyone out there remembers Hemza, they were a metalcore band, probably like active in like the mid 2000s. So that's what kind of drew me in, and then I checked it out. Definitely, like it's like more like traditional heavy metal with a vocalist who sounds a lot like John Bush of Armored Saint, and I believe the vocalist is Rob Rapkins. But yeah, check him out.
Begin
And then my next honorable mention is Gatekeeper. The album is called From Western Shores. So Gatekeeper are a like traditional heavy metal band from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I've seen a lot of like Instagram album collectors like show off this album, so I had to check it out. And I got the tape just because, you know, it was only $8 on Nameless Grave Records, which let's see, yeah, Nameless Grave put out the tape. But yeah, it's traditional heavy metal. Yeah, definitely check it out. I really enjoyed it. A lot of catchy songs. And then there's some other like honorable mentions that are on the playlist that I made. So yeah, definitely check that out. I know there's some like bands that put out albums this year, but I didn't mention. I think the biggest one was Kirith Ungol. I listened to the album. It's really badass, but I just didn't pick up the physical album. So those are my honorable mentions. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about my top 10. So here we go. Number 10, Saintbreaker, Unrelenting Violence. So, got the vinyl here. Saintbreaker, they're thrash metal from Mesa, Arizona. And also thrash metal, but they also have like death metal, grindcore influence. I've seen them play a bunch of times when I lived in Phoenix. And so, they're the kind of local band that'll play anytime, anywhere. They've played shows on the Navajo Reservation, Apache Reservation, on the Gila River Reservation. So yeah, they definitely are down with you know, native heavy metal heads. So yeah, this is Saintbreaker's, like, I believe this is their first album on vinyl. So yeah, definitely check them out. I really enjoy them, and I definitely like want to support the Arizona bands. And for those of you watching, here's the vinyl. This is what the vinyl looks like. Okay, so that was number 10. Number 9, Hellripper, Warlock Grim and Withered Hags. I believe this is their third album released by Peaceville Records. So this is blackened speed metal from Scotland, and the crazy thing about this album is it's a one-man project. It's a guy by the name of James McBain. He's a very accomplished musician. You know, he always goes live on his Instagram and just like, you know, just plays like riffs for days. Yeah, really sick band. Blackened speed metal. Pretty technical too. A lot of the songs are pretty epic and progressive. I think the title track here, Warlock Grim and Withered Hags, definitely is an example of like that like epic songwriting. So yeah, check out Hellripper. Okay, number 8, I believe. Here we go. This is Nervosa and their album Jailbreak, which came out on Nuclear Blast. I was actually looking forward to this album, one of my more anticipated albums of 2023, just because if you don't know, the founding member, Prika Emerald, had to rebuild the band from scratch. Like a lot of pretty much the whole band left last year in 2022 after they did the US tour with Destruction. And so Prika had to rebuild the band and also stepped up as vocalist, and she does a fantastic job as vocalist. Reminds me of Arch Enemy's former vocalist, Angela Gossau. The songs are just straightforward thrash metal, and to be honest, I enjoyed this album way more than Crypta, and Crypta is like the other former members of Nervosa that formed the death metal band. This one, I enjoyed this one a lot more. So check out Nervosa's album, Jailbreak.
It's a jungle out there. I'm ready to fight. Kill or die. Kill or die. Kill or die on the streets.
Okay, number 7. Let's see here. I got Overkill's newest album, Scorched, that came out on Nuclear Blast. I got the CD here. This is their 20th studio album, which is freaking crazy. I mean, for a thrash band to be releasing 20 albums, that's ridiculous. Overkill sound as pissed off as ever. Bobby Blitz, I swear he doesn't age. He looks, like a young dude, and like just like ripped. I got to see him live earlier this year, over the summer when they toured this summer. They were awesome. It was my first time seeing them, so I was really looking forward to this album and seeing them live. The thing about this album too, it came out the same day as Metallica 72 Seasons, so I think it kind of got slept on by a lot of just like fans because of Metallica's like new album. But definitely check out Scorched. Alright, my number 6 album here from Cruel Force, Dawn of the Axe. This came out on Shadow Kingdom Records. This is speed metal with some black metal influence from Germany. Shout out to Derek G on Instagram who brought this to my attention. Really enjoyed it. It's just a fun album. Reminds me a lot of like Exodus's Bonded by Blood and Slayer's Show No Mercy. Just like that early 80s speed metal with some black metal. There's another like speed metal band from Germany called Vulture. Like Vulture and Cruel Force kind of have a lot in common. But definitely check out Cruel Force, Dawn of the Axe. Okay, going on my number 5 album here. This is Sadistic Force, Midnight Assassin. Came out on Horror, Pain, Gore, Death, and Goat Throne Records. This is blackened speed metal from Austin, Texas. So this album came to my attention when it was like emailed to me by the label Horror, Pain, Gore, Death, and I was just like blown away. Just amazing album. I guess that's a nice thing about doing this podcast is that I get to have digital albums sent to me from record labels to check out. So this is how it came to my attention. This album blew me away. It's just like it's got like 80s speed metal with some black metal, definitely more black metal compared to like the previous band I mentioned, Cruel Force. It's got like a kind of like a sleazy rock, like Guns N' Roses like feel to it. I really dig it. And if you can tell by the album cover, the lyrical content is about like horror movies and like true crime. So if you dig that, definitely check it out. Get the album and check out the lyrics. So yeah, cool. Sadistic Force, Midnight Assassin. Okay, and then my number, let's see here, number 4, Cavalera, Morbid Visions, the re-recorded album by Max and Igor Cavalera. Yeah, I mentioned the EP Bestial Devastation, and you know, I had to mention Morbid Visions. Just you know, I'm a huge Max Cavalera fan, and you know, as long as Max is putting music out, Sepultura will forever live on. There was like some post about like the Sepultura band like retiring and doing a farewell tour, which I thought was like total horse shit, just because, you know, the real Cavalera lives on, and the cover band Sepultura is the one that's going to be retiring. So I don't know, I just thought that was ridiculous when I saw that. But yeah, I love this album. I saw them live, got to see them perform it live on their tour earlier this year. And yeah, you know me, I'm going to support anything that Max Cavalera puts out. So yeah, check out more Visions. Alright, I believe I'm on number 3, my number 3 album, Enforced, War Remains. Yeah, Enforced is just like top notch, like thrash metal from Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, I got to see them live this year when they toured with Jungle Rot and Phobophilic and Molder. Yeah, I believe this is their 3rd album, and yeah, they just keep getting better and better. Yeah, it's really sick to see like a new school of like thrash metal. They definitely remind me of like Power Trip, so yeah, they're definitely like picking up the torch for Power Trip. I know there was talk of like Power Trip performing live recently, so hopefully Power Trip and the remaining members can like, you know, keep the band going and put out some new music. But yeah, check out Enforced, War Remains. Okay, my number 2 favorite album of the heavy metal, speed metal, thrash metal category, Spirit Adrift, Ghost at the Gallows. Yeah, I love Spirit Adrift. I, you know, have all their previous albums. They started out as like a doom band, and then slowly started just evolving into like just like a more traditional heavy metal band. And yeah, this album especially, it's heavy metal with some doom and some like 80s speed metal. Yeah, you can definitely hear other like influences from like bands from the 70s and 80s, like Thin Lizzy, you know, Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, and like, you know, bands from the 80s, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica. And yeah, I believe which song? There's a song, I Shall Return, that has like a cool like Ozzy Crazy Train riff, and then Siren of the South has like a really cool like Pantera riff. So This album, I feel like it's kind of like an audio like history lesson in like heavy metal guitar riffs. You have like a lot of guitar riffs with references from bands from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and so kind of like that movie School of Rock, but this movie, this album is, you know, just schools everyone in like the history of heavy metal. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Right, my number one album of this category is Megaton Sword, Might and Power. So yeah, Megaton Sword. Again, I just kind of picked up on this band from like Instagram and YouTube collectors. I believe this is their second album. Yeah, Megaton Sword. They are from, they're from Zurich, Switzerland. And yeah, this is just a crazy good album. I mean, it's really nostalgic for me. It like takes me back to like my younger days when I was in high school, rediscovering hard rock and heavy metal for the first time. I used to listen to like 94 Rock, the FM rock station in Flagstaff. That's where I went to high school, and like listening to bands like Judas Priest, Scorpions, Saxon, Crocus, except for the first time. Really, I don't know, this album just really kind of takes me back to that time. It's very nostalgic. Yeah, the lyrics are fucking awesome. The lyrics are kind of like Manowar, you know, just like nothing but like swords and like pillaging. Yeah, it really makes me want to join one of those like LARPing, like role-playing teams where, you know, people that swing swords in the public park. Yeah, it just has that kind of effect. Check out the band photo. Like, look at that. That's fucking awesome, holding that huge ass sword. But yeah, check out Megaton Sword. Yeah, so that's my list of my favorite heavy metal, speed metal, thrash metal albums of the year. Yeah, let me know if there's like something I missed. I know the biggest one was Kirith Ungol. I swear I checked it out and it's awesome. I just need to like get the actual physical copy. But yeah, if you can, my voice is a little kind of like, you know, messed up from being sick, so I'm still gonna keep pumping these out. Excuse my voice, and I'm gonna start working on my black metal best of list. So be on the lookout for that. All right, yeah, peace out. Yeah.